If you can't rehabilitate the guy, he needs to go to he needs to be somewhere in prison for his crimes, or he needs to be in a mental institution for his mental health problems that cannot be resolved. He cannot be in the public. That's not the public's fault that this fool is crazy.
We're learning DeCarlos Brown Jr., the felon charged with the murder of Iryna Zarutska on a North Carolina light rail, has been found incapable to proceed with trial.
We are lambs into the slaughter. You go on public transportation in this city, that could happen to any single one of us.
I use public transit constantly. That is completely unhinged, frankly. People shouldn't be locked away for mental illness. They should be treated for it.
In an institution. Yes.
That we got 75% off on the Tatum store. 75% off. I'm trying to get rid of all this inventory because I want to get you guys the new stuff that we're launching. I want to get the new stuff. We got a whole new revamp of a few things, and I want to get you guys 75% off of Tatum store. So all you got to do is go to tatumstore.com. tatumstore.com, 75% off. Yeah, and then we cap the shipping. So you save on shipping and you're getting 75% off. I pretty much am making no money. It's like I'm zeroing out. So get as much inventory as you can. I want it all gone, ladies and gentlemen. I want to launch our new stuff. And I know a lot of you guys love the new stuff. And so we're working on a few things, but I want all that stuff gone. 75% off, tatumstore.com. Here's one that I really want to talk about today because there's huge misinformation. And I need to clear this up. And this is the police mind in me. As a former cop, I always have to evaluate these things because it's never what you hear on the news. People are outraged right now because they believe that idiot that stabbed the young lady on the transit system in cold blood is somehow not competent to stand trial. Well, that's not the final solution. The judge has not made a decision or determination. And I know a lot of people are frustrated at the judge and they want the judge to be, off the bench and them to go to prison for life and they should be held accountable and how dare they. The judge has nothing to do with this yet. The defense can make any claim that they want. A defense team is going to try to get their client the best position possible. The defense went and got him evaluated, and the evaluators say he's not fit to stand trial. Now, the judge has to evaluate the information that's provided and make a determination of whether or not he's fit to stand trial or not. That has not happened yet. So our prayer and what we should be advocating for is that the judge makes the right decision when the time comes. And there's also a misconception between not fit to stand trial and a plea of insanity. The plea of insanity is when a person is claiming that they weren't sane when they committed the crime, which means this guy was out of his mind and he didn't know what was going on when he committed the crime. That's not what they're presenting. That's not what the defense is presenting, and that's not what the trial is being determined by. Fitness for trial is whether or not the person can cognitively understand their defense, evidence, cross-examination. Do they even know the gravity of what's going on? And that person can be not fit for trial. Now, there's two things. A judge can say that's bull crap, you're going to stand trial, done. Or they can let a person free. Or they can be committed to a mental institution. There's different avenues that can happen. So we're not there yet, but I understand the outrage because I believe that this person is fit to stand trial. He was fit enough to do all that crime for the last, I don't know how many years, 13 mugshots, and he's also fit, and he understands exactly what's going on. But the defense is going to do whatever they want to do. Here is some of the news clips from that topic. Roll it.
We're learning DeCarlos Brown Jr., the felon charged with the murder of Iryna Zarutska on a North Carolina light rail, has been found incapable to proceed with trial. The decision comes after a mental health evaluation. So DeCarlos Brown has a string of prior charges dating back more than a decade, including a felony, larceny, and robbery with a dangerous weapon. Brown's lawyers are now asking the court to push back a scheduled April 30th hearing for another 6 months. It's pretty unbelievable. How many times can this man continue to commit crimes and be judged incapable of being accountable for his crimes? It's not just larceny. It's not just robbery. Now it's cold-blooded murder.
All right, let's clarify this real quick. He's 100% right, but let's clarify this real quick. The 180-day pushing back the trial 180 days is time for the courts to do one or two things. Normally, they push the trial back. It's not indefinite. They have to determine if there is mental health treatment that he can get to get him up to speed to be able to stand trial, right? If a person is off his meds during the trial period and they're incapable, they can get on the proper medication, and they will then be capable of standing trial. So that's what that 180-day period is for them to resolve this. They have 180 days to resolve this. It's not that they want to push it 180 days for this guy to completely get off. They have to show a good faith effort that there is a resolution to this, or they're attempting a resolution. And a lot of times these people that are like him may be off of meds and haven't had treatment, and they can get him treatment within 180 days. Therefore, they can get him stable enough to stand trial. But I understand, why people are outraged, but these are just some of the clarifying issues that we need to be cognizant of, so we don't just completely blow a gasket and be living in a state of fear and panic when that's not where the case is going or accurately is at this point. Abby Phillips said a couple stupid things, and I want to go to her, and then we're going to go to Joe Osteen.
One of the failures that we have is that we have not figured out how to actually provide that kind of care. Mm-hmm. That, if someone is actually seriously mentally ill, maybe on the verge of violence, where do they go?
We're unwilling
Except
to
on the
put
street.
Or North Carolina, not on the verge of violence.
Actually,
Time out. They need to go to prison. That's where they need to go. They need to get mental health treatment in prison. And if they're in prison and they can't get mental health treatment, I'm sorry. You committed the crime. Stay in there if we can't help you, right? It makes no sense to say, well, we don't have treatment facilities, and jail is just making them worse. Well, they get out and kill people is worse. So if we can't help you recover you, then you need to sit in prison. And we could give you resources from behind bars. We don't let you out into the public because we can't help you and let you go commit other crimes for the next 15 years until you finally kill somebody. And then now you got to go to prison forever. And we can't help you anyway now either. Roll it.
Demonstrated violence in the past and nobody flagged it. Actually, the police, to your point, said, we're going to refer you to more resources, and that went nowhere. So there were multiple...
What do you mean nobody flagged it? He served time for his violent offenses.
Not for his schizophrenia.
Why
that's not a crime.
That's not a crime.
No, I know, but I'm saying that was compounding this entire issue.
Yeah, I know,
the
but I'm
fact that he
saying
lashed out violently on that train.
I know, I'm just saying he did actually serve time for the violent offenses that he committed.
But he was a career criminal, a repeat offender who was let back onto our streets despite a really bad criminal record that suggests he should have been locked away for life because he was threatening the public. He was a menace to society.
Time out. Now look at these weirdos going to try to twist the words up. I can interpret exactly what she's saying. She's saying that he wasn't flagged, right? Because he has schizophrenia. And if he's committing crime and he has schizophrenia and they're not addressing it, that means he's not flagged. Nobody's holding him accountable. She said he should be locked away for a long time. Yes, because they're not giving him enough time, and he's crazy. When you go to trial after something happens and you don't get bond, it's because you're a danger to the public. That's why they don't let you out. You got to stay in there. This guy getting 13 crimes plus he's schizophrenic. They didn't give him enough time in prison. If he can get out after committing that many crimes and then kill somebody, they're going to try to misconstrue something else she say, but this woman is 100% right. But I'm going to play it, listen to it, and then I'm going to interject on her behalf because she didn't get a chance to fix what she said. Roll it.
He should have been locked away for life for what now?
He should have schizophrenia.
You want him to...
You actually said that. I can't believe you actually said that. Somebody should be locked away in jail forever for schizophrenia.
Time out. She clearly said locked away, meaning in a mental institution. Locked away is not just imprisoned. That's not what she's saying. She's going to clarify it, but I want y'all to watch how these fools try to twist her words. They saw her do it, and then they went off the head. They don't listen to nothing she said. They go, oh, look at, she said that. That's not what she said, and she clarified what she said, and they still want to make her look bad. This is not a conversation. This is them ganging up on her because they want that guy to be right and her to be wrong. Roll it.
Isolated.
Did you really say that?
Isolated.
Did you really say that?
In an institution.
Is this actually...
Institutionalized. What you're saying is that this man should have been roaming the streets.
I'm saying that you don't lock people in prison for schizophrenia.
An institution. An institution.
What kind of institution?
A mental institution, you dumb nut job. I hate people like this. I don't hate them. I hate what they do. They gang up on you and they do all that weird stuff. Dude, use your common sense. She said locked away in an institution. Won't you evaluate what she's saying and then meet her where she's trying to articulate instead of throwing out these things? Oh, no, she said locked away for life. She go in an institution. Locked away for life. I can't believe she said locked away for the rest of his life. He need to go to jail for being schizophrenic. She said in an institution. They don't listen to it. What's the other girl? She said something stupid too. Let it play.
If you're talking about providing full wraparound services for people, I understand that, but at some point, people do get out when they have been treated and rehabilitated.
Sure, but that didn't happen here. He didn't go to an institution at all.
But you're
and so he stabbed a woman.
He said he should be locked away for life.
There's thousands and thousands of people in America, more than tens, hundreds of thousands, who have been diagnosed with schizophrenia that are walking around and that are leading fairly normal lives because they are under treatment.
A lot of people
So
who are mentally
are we
ill
going
are
to
not
lock
violent.
up everybody with schizophrenia for life?
He demonstrated violent proclivities repeatedly.
You said he should be locked away for life for schizophrenia.
That
is what
you said. Institutionalized. Yes, and if you're saying he should not, you're saying that young women like you and me are basically just we're lambs into the slaughter. You go on public transportation in this city, that could happen to any single one of us.
I use public transit constantly. That is completely unhinged, frankly. People shouldn't be locked away for mental illness. They should be treated for it.
In an institution. Yes.
For life?
And they don't want to listen to nothing she said. They don't want to care about nothing she said. Why don't they meet her where, he should be locked away? Listen, he shouldn't be locked away, and it's not what she was saying. He shouldn't be locked away for life just because he's schizophrenic. He should be locked away for life because he is a danger to the public and he commits crimes and murder and all kind of stuff. That's why he should be locked away. He's not rehabilitated. He can't be rehabilitated. That's why he should be locked away. If you can't rehabilitate the guy, he need to go to he need to be somewhere in prison for his crimes, or he needs to be in a mental institution for his mental health problems that cannot be resolved. He cannot be in the public. That's not the public's fault that this fool is crazy.